Okay, let's continue our polynomial. The first objective in 5.4 is about adding polynomials. So we could add the polynomials just like combine all the like terms. Okay, so let's just check some examples. We have one polynomial add another polynomial. So we only need to combine the like term, but before we combine the like term, we should remove the parentheses first, right? Parentheses. So we copy the first one. We can automatically remove the first parenthesis, and for the second one, we could also remove the parentheses. After that, we should find the like term and then try to combine it. We already talked about how to combine the like term, right? So we start from the left one. The first, we know the degree of x is 3. Let's check if we have another term with degree of 3 of x. Then we find we do not have that one. So we cannot combine any term with this first term. We just copy down this. Now we check the second one, x squared. Do we have x squared? We realize, yes, we have another term, x squared. So we could combine these two. How can we combine these two? We only need to add up their coefficient. Yes, the coefficient is -6 plus -5. So we only need to add up their coefficient. Then copy down x squared. Okay, the next term, we have x term. And we realize we also have this x term, right? But here we realize it's just 2x and this is -2x. So we actually will get nothing, right? We will cancel out 2x plus -2x. So we could just skip this part, 2x, -2x. So the last one is just the constant part. So we simplify it. -6 plus 5 with -1x squared. So we can just write -x squared. And don't forget the constant. This is how we do the addition, right? First, we remove the parentheses. After that, we combine the like term. Let's check another example. We could add them together. So first, we should remove the parentheses. Okay. Next step, we should check the terms from left to right. Let's see. The first one, the degree of y is 3. Then we check if we have the like term. We do not have the like term, just copy down this one. The next term is y squared term. We find we have the like term for this one. So we could combine these two terms by add up their coefficient, -2 plus 6. Then the third term here is a constant, so we can always combine the constant, so we find another constant here. So we could write it like this way. So after that, we can simplify this one like that. Of course, we could also use the vertical format to do the addition. Right? We can always use the vertical. to do the addition. Let's see if we have this one. We want to add these two polynomials together. Of course, you could choose the vertical term, a vertical format, or the horizontal format. Here, if the question asks you to use the vertical format, I will show you how to use it. So we first copy down this one without the parentheses, okay? Then we write another one, but make sure you should write the like term. So if you have the 4x, you should write down your 4x under the negative y, 4y, under the term of negative 6y, because you should make the like term in the same column, okay? You should line up the like terms. Line up the like terms, which means the like term should be in the same column. Then you could do it vertically. So plus 5 plus 3, you will get plus 8, right? And here, negative 6 plus 4, you will get negative y. And the remaining part, you should copy down. You should copy down the remaining part. So it's just like 9y squared plus 0, so you just copy down this 9y squared. So of course you can always pick which one you prefer to use, the vertical format or the horizontal format. When you do the vertical format, make sure you should line up the like terms. Okay, then you do the addition. So let's check the second objective. It's about the subtraction. The second one is the subtraction. What? Subtracting. So if we want to subtract the polynomials, we need to change the sign of the polynomial being subtracted and then do the addition. So what does that mean? Let's check this one. Let's check this example. So first we have this polynomial, then we want to subtract another polynomial, right? So remember, we could treat as the subtraction as the addition. How can we transfer the subtraction as the addition? We only need to add the opposite. So minus 2x minus 11, we can treat it as plus the opposite of this term, plus the opposite of this term. So we could write it like this way. First, we could write it plus the negative opposite of the polynomial. So the opposite of 2x minus 11, so will be negative 2x plus 11. That will be the opposite of the polynomial in the parentheses. So we just need to find the opposite coefficient of each term. So here, the coefficient is 2, then the opposite will be negative 2. Here, the coefficient is negative 11, then the opposite will be positive 11. After that, we could treat it as the addition. We could remove the parentheses. After that, we only need to combine the like term. So we have 5x minus 2x. We will have 3x. And the constant part will be negative 3 plus 11. We will have this. So again, if you have the subtraction, you should try to transfer the subtraction to be the addition. So minus one term equals plus the opposite of that polynomial. Okay? So let's check another one. So first, we find it's a subtraction problem. So first step, we will try to transfer our subtraction to be addition, right? So minus the polynomial in the parentheses equals plus the opposite of that polynomial. So here we just need to find the opposite coefficient of each term. So the opposite of 2 is negative 2. So the opposite of negative 1 is just positive 1. We could still ignore the 1. Then the plus 1, we can treat it like negative 1. Okay? After that, we still remove the parentheses and combine the like term. So the first term, 2x to the third minus 2. So we will only have 0. Next term, 8x squared plus x squared. We actually have 9x squared. Okay? So the coefficient here is just the 1. And we check this. 6x, so we do not have any like term. And the last one, we have negative 1. So that's how we do the subtraction. Of course, just like the addition, we can always do the subtraction by using a vertical format. Let's check this example. Subtract this term from this term. Okay, if we subtract this term from this term, so which one goes first? The second one, right? We want to subtract someone from this one. So this goes first. We will write it like this one. So we copy down this term as the first term. Now we need to do the subtraction. We need to do the minus part. But make sure, just like the addition, we still need to line up the like term. So here we should write like this way. We will still put the parentheses here. So after that, just like we did the horizontal format, we still need to transfer our subtraction to an addition. So we will rewrite it as we copy down the first term. And just like we do the minus this term, just like plus the opposite of the term. So we only need to write the opposite. 2y, we will go negative 2y. Negative 6, we will have positive 6. Now, we only need to do it vertically. Just do the addition, right? So here we will have plus 11 plus 6, we will plus 17. Minus 2y, we will get minus 4y. And for this one, minus 3y squared minus 5y squared, we will combine them to get minus 8y squared. So sometimes if you already very familiar with how to transfer the subtraction to the addition, you could just skip this one. That's fine. You can only directly put it like this way. Or you have already very familiar with the steps, you could skip this one. You could skip this step. Okay? So next, objective is we will combine the adding and subtracting. Combine the adding and the subtracting. Okay, let's do it. So we could say we have this problem. Subtract 5c minus 7 from the sum of these two polynomials. So subtract this term from the sum, which means we should put the sum first, right? We should put the sum first. We should get the sum of these two terms, then do the addition. Then do the subtraction. Subtract this term from the sum, so we get the sum then. So the first step, we need to get rid of the parentheses or any other grouping symbols, right? So here, okay. Now, because we are already very familiar with the steps, we only need to add the opposite of the term in the parentheses. Next term, we could get rid of the parentheses again. After that, we only need to do the addition for all of the terms. And we realize we have 3 like terms. We could combine them together, right? 8z, 9z, negative 5z. So we will have 12z. After that, we still have 3 constant terms. So 11 minus 2 plus 7. So it will be 16. So it's almost the same thing. When we do the problem with both adding and the subtracting, we still need to treat it as the addition. Okay? We only need to subtract some term just like a plus the opposite of that polynomial. We could check another one. We could check another one. So we could subtract from the sum of these two polynomials. Again, we almost do the same thing. First, we know we should find the sum, right? We should subtract the term from the sum, so we need to get the sum first. Then do the subtraction. So first step, we could just remove the parentheses. So we could directly write this one if you're already very familiar with that, just like a plus the opposite. So we could skip the plus sign. After that, we only need to combine the like term. 4x, 12x, negative 3x, they are the like term. So we will have 13x, okay, and combine the constant terms. So we will get this, okay. So next, we try to adding and subtracting if we have several variables. We still need to combine the like term. Only the like terms can be combined, okay? So let's check an example. If we have this one, so first step is do the same. We need to get rid of the parentheses. Now we should combine the like term, and we realize from the left side we have the first term is x squared term. So we know we have this one. So we could combine them. 3x squared minus 2x squared, we will have just 1x squared, right? Then we check the second one. Negative 6xy. We also have the xy term. Plus 8xy. So negative 6 plus 8, we will get plus 2xy. And the 5y squared, we also have the y squared term. 5 minus 1, we will get 4y squared term. So we still do the same thing. We still combine the like term. So make sure you understand what is the like term. Like term should be with the same variable and same degree. Okay, same degree of each variable. We could also do the subtraction. It's still the same rule. If we do the subtraction, we treat it as the addition. Subtract a polynomial just like add the opposite of that polynomial. So first step, we're gonna change our subtraction to be an addition. So it's just like a plus the opposite of each term. Next step, we will just remove the parentheses. Now we should combine the like term, and we start from the left. The first one, we have a squared b squared. Then we check all of the term we cannot find the like term. We just copy down this one. Then we check the second one, right? We have the AB term. So we check the remaining part. Do we have the AB term? Yeah, we find this one. We have the AB term. So 6AB minus 2AB, we will combine these two to get 4AB. Now we focus on the third term, negative 3AB squared. Do we have AB squared? You will find we have this one. but this one writes as the b squared a, but actually b squared a is just the same thing as the ab squared. So we could combine these two. We will get negative ab squared. So after that, we only have two terms left, right? We will have we prefer to write the constant term at the last. So we will write 9b squared first, then plus 3. And there's no like term for these two terms, so we just copy down. So after that, we actually simplify. We actually finish the subtraction.